Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing tonight? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I'm here to share the third of the repurposed book journals that I've been working on. So I've got the journal and an ephemera folder here. So I'll just get started. As you can see, I have the same type of tie here as the fabric on the spine. I also have a wooden nickel on this one. I put one on all three. I'm calling it an altered wooden nickel because I kind of decoupaged it, put rubber stamping on it. This one's number 5. And I hung it on a ball chain with a heart key charm. So, and here's the spine. Let me just take the tie off so you can see it really good. And that, yeah, here's the wooden nickel. I left, just in case you hadn't seen the last 2 videos, I left the back side so you can see that it is a wooden nickel. Thought that was pretty cool. I remember having one when I was a kid, and when I found them, I thought they were really neat. So here's the front of this journal. It came out super pretty with this fabric. Here's the spine. Used wax cord for sewing in the signatures, and here's the back. So we'll just get started with the flip through. On the inside cover here, I did add some pretty papers, front and back, as you can see. The if I remember right, the inside covers were like this marbly color here, so kind of plain. So I wanted to add something pretty there. And then I have that same fabric, you know, front, inside spine, and outside spine. Some lace right here, and there's pockets on the inside covers, front and back. So what I have here in the front cover is just an index card that I've decorated. Lots of writing room on there. And a journaling card that I made. This lady was from a Reader's Digest book, and cut her out and made her into a little journaling card with some other little decorations there. So this journal is full of lots of pretty papers from the book, and lots of writing room, so you can do whatever you want in here. You can write, you can draw, you can glue, just whatever you want. So the first page of each signature is a page from the book, and I tried to pick out what I thought was a nice picture from. This is the William Shakespeare. It was a journal, but it was just a little, you know, it had a thin spine. So I, you know, repurposed it and made a bigger spine and put in some nice, you know, a variety of papers instead of just papers from that were in the book. Like this is basically what was in the book. Some pages with pictures and pages with lines, okay? So, like I said, this is one from the book, and it does have lines on the back, and then I put in some pretty scrapbook papers. I did reinforce. You can see some washi tape here. So I reinforced the pages whenever I felt like it needed it. This is a coffee-dyed scrapbook paper on the back, and here's some rubber stamping here. It has a little, it's a little bird cage, and it is stamped with coffee archival ink. Here's a vintage music page, and I put a doily here, coffee dyed doily, for you to do whatever you want with. You can use it as a frame for something that you might want to put in the middle, or write on it, or whatever you want. Do further decorating on there, gluing, and just having fun. Here's some kids writing paper. There's some onion skin papers in here. Edith Holden, really beautiful. Ledger paper, and this is one of those glassine like craft colored bags that I've been putting in these 3 journals, so, or at least the last couple. This one is decorated with this pretty punched out piece here, and a botanical floral piece from Tim Holtz's package of botanicals. In the bag I have I copied this from one of my antique or vintage Valentine postcards, and so I've got one of those in here as a journaling card. I thought those were so pretty. And then this is an altered or decorated time card. All kinds of fun stuff layered on here. This is wallpaper, and there's a doily, a postage stamp, and just a butterfly down here, and a dyed, this is a dyed, pink dyed, I think it's a pink and blue dyed doily, but it came out really neat. Here's a page from the book with lots of lines. There's William Shakespeare, you know, Shakespeare images from his different plays and things. And here's some lace, writing room on the back. This is a page right here that is coffee dyed paper. And I just put a little tuck spot here. It's sewn on and decorated, a little bit of layering here. And then in here I have a, this is a piece from the Prevention magazine that I was working with. It was a vintage magazine that I, won from Aaliyah. And here's a little doily on here and some lace. Here's another piece from the Prevention magazine glued on down here. And it's just like, you can use it as a bookmark. You can write on it. You can glue it down or whatever you want. Just have some fun with it. And then here is another, this was the back cover of the Prevention magazine with these colors. I sewed around it and put some coffee dyed paper on the back for writing and for, to help it, give us some support. And there's a number rubber stamped there and a layering of little punched out flowers right there. So that, I had lots of fun doing that. And then, let's see, my doily's in the way there. And just, this is like cardstock, but it's a little note paper, but it's cardstock, so it can be cut up and made into journaling cards or whatever you might want to make out of that. Graph paper. Here's a pretty pocket here. It's a scrapbook paper that's been coffee dyed on the back. A couple little like postage looking stamp stickers, and just they were really vintagey looking, and I layered them in here as a little decoration on the pocket. This is a piece of like original ephemera. It's like one of the advertising envelopes from a vintage Ideals magazine. I just thought that would be a fun piece to have some fun with. You can glue it down, and you can write on it, you can glue on it, you can decorate it, and you can put some things in envelopes. So I just thought that would be a super fun little piece of ephemera to put in there. Here's a postcard that was left from one of my design team projects that I had cut out and didn't use, so I got to use that in here. This is a decorated library card, catalog card. And so it's got all kinds of fun little pieces on there. It goes like this actually, and that's a bird. And there's a butterfly and a postage stamp from New Zealand. Just all kinds of fun stuff on there. All the pockets that you see have been sewn on the side, This is the middle of the first signature. There's 3 signatures. There, I'll have all the details in my Etsy listing as far as how many pages, the size of the journal, and all that kind of stuff. But on the middle of each signature, I put a pretty piece of scrapbook paper like this. And this is some older scrapbook paper that I had in my stash. That was from 2006 when I used to do scrapbooking, and I found it, a little while ago this past year in 2019, and it just was so pretty. I just really love it. And it's very vintagey looking like this. They're all kind of pretty, and you'll see as we go through. Here's another pocket with a couple of those sticker stamps and some more ephemera and things that I've made here. This was a piece I got in Happy Mail, and I've decorated a little bit right down here with some pretty cut out from a children's dictionary, I think that was, and some other little lace and things right there. So that's a really, there's a coffee dyed doily on the back, and the word authentique I put right there. So lots of writing room on there. This is one of the paper dolls that I worked on in my ephemera video with the coffee dyed doily on the back. This has been collaged with my coffee dyed scraps in back of her, and then I put her on the front, and that's from a vintage children's magazine. They had this paper doll with several pieces of clothing for her. So this is a piece from the Vintage Prevention magazine. Little doily here and a butterfly. That's the sunflower seed can there, advertisement or ad. Graph paper, coffee dyed paper. You can see there's tons of writing room in here. Lace right here. And then the other side of the paper bag. And in here I have, this was a piece from the children's magazine that I have backed with file folder for sturdiness, and for, it was actually, besides sturdiness, it was to save these pieces, because this magazine was getting quite old, and it would, if you tried to use it by itself, it probably would have, you know, started disintegrating or cracked or something. So kind of just saving pieces from that magazine like that. A decorated index card with a tab. It's one of the ones with a tab. It's yellow with lines on this side and then decorated on this side. Just with some pieces from my scraps, some lace. This was something I got in the mail that I thought was cute, so that's how I decorated it. There's a piece right here on the back of this bag that's used for decoration from the Prevention magazine, some Tim Holtz flowers there. And then, so this is the back half, as you can see, of the first signature. Here is an envelope, and it just unfolds like this. You pull this little flap out. Okay, and you have some extra writing room here. This all unfolds, and it's coffee dyed paper. And I just put this little piece here to have something to hold the flap down. And there actually is a space back here that you can put something. It's kind of like a little secret hiding space. So it's right here and back. It's all open back there and just glued on the sides and the bottom, so something can fit down in there real good like that. So I thought that was pretty fun. So actually I'll put something in there so that somebody will, whoever gets this will know. There is a spot back there. Let me see if this will fit. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay, and like I said, back half a first signature, and there is the end. So this is the second signature here with a pretty page from the book, and then some scrapbook paper. I've got a pretty little rubber stamp here. It says "With Love." Children's writing paper, music paper with a writing spot here. It's a pretty writing spot that I got in Happy Mail. This pretty paper that has been corner punched with a decorative corner punch there. So that was really pretty. Thought that would be just a nice writing space or whatever. It could even be used as a frame. Then this is a piece that I recently got in Happy Mail too. I think I got that from Maria, and it's from a planner, and it's so pretty. I don't know if you can see that, but it's cream colored in the background. It has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here, and the front, you know, this is the back. Oh, this is the second signature. Yeah, so this is the front half of it. There's some pretty flowers here, and you'll see the rest of it in the back half of this signature. Beautiful page from Edith Holden, and some more graph paper. Page from the book with some lace. Ledger and coffee dyed paper. And then this is another pocket here with some of those sticker stamps. This is actually a pocket here too, kind of like a library pocket that I made from a tall, thin, you know, kind of narrow flash card, and then decorated with napkin and there's a little doily here and a button. And so that's just fun. You can do whatever you want with it, glue it down somewhere, put something in the pocket, and just have fun with it. Another decorated piece from the Prevention magazine. And this is one of the dresses from that paper doll. It says authentic here, and, you know, just put that down so that this would not get messed up. You know what I mean? I wanted to make sure those pieces, since they're from, I think, 1955, so I just wanted to make sure, you know, they were supported and didn't get messed up, and somebody could have fun and use it as a journaling card or whatever. And so the middle of the second signature with this pretty scrapbook paper. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put something on the strings. I'm going to go back and put something on all of the strings, charms or whatever. I forgot to do that, but I will do that. Some pearls right here on this pocket. A little journaling card here. This is a piece that I had printed out. I just thought it was so pretty. I wanted to do something with it, and then I put the word cheerful here, and that was from a paper pad, I think. And so that is a journaling card. This is from I think this is from the Prevention magazine, and so is this. Both these are. And this came out super cute. There's a number stamp I put here and a butterfly. And I like this one just how it was. I wanted to be able to see everything on here. I thought it was so cool advertising this old juicer. So that was really neat, I thought. So those are in there. And you can see the writing papers here. Lace on this page. And then, so yeah, this is the back half of the second signature. Here's the other side of that planner paper. Here's another music page with a writing spot here. It's got lines on it, and I corner punched the corners with a decorative punch. And then here is just a collage here in the corner of this coffee dye paper with just some, this is from, looks like this was from a dictionary. There's some words on there. And this is a little piece that from one of my postcards. So super cute. And so that's the end of the second signature, beginning of the third signature with a piece from the William Shakespeare journal. There's a tuck spot here on this scrapbook paper and a little journaling card. Got some lace up here. And this is from advertisement from the Prevention magazine with a little flower piece, rubber stamped. And it's advertising shark liver vitamins. So like kind of like a fish oil, I guess. And there's a corner, this is a corner tuck spot here, and it's got like a double flip up. So you could put something in on here if you want, or you could put some writing paper on there, whatever you want to do. But it's a double flip. Another rubber stamp right there. And then some more writing room here with this pretty, like, punched edged paper. Onion skin here, Edith Holden. Graph. And this is a piece where I put some pretty paper here. And there's some lace on the side. So you could use this as a frame. It's got the pretty corner punches, and or you could write on it or glue on it, whatever you want to do. Pretty scrapbook paper. There's a pocket here with some of the sticker stamps, some note paper, a couple of the journaling cards. Well, these are the Valentine cards that I am using as journaling cards in here because these journals are my nod to Valentine's Day, to celebrate Valentine's Day coming up. This is a little piece from the Prevention magazine, I believe, and it is advertising the historic pumpkin. It tells about it here, and I added some little decorations, some little lace, and I just thought that was a neat little historic pumpkin advertisement. Here's the center of the third signature with this pretty scrapbook paper and pocket on the back. There's a recipe card in here. And a guest check. This is a vintage recipe card. So that can be written all over or made into a pocket or whatever. And this is a guest check with a plant from, well, there's a doily here, and then a piece from my garden, little kind of leafy piece of a plant, and a wax seal. So that can be journaled on. Coffee dye paper, and then some more of that scrapbook paper from 2006. And just some page from the book, graph. Pretty Edith Holden, isn't that pretty? Just love that. That's a beautiful page. And so onion skin paper. This is the music paper, but I did this one a little different. I made a fold out here. So you can write on the front and the back, and then you can do something here too. And then, so this is the back half of the third signature. This is just a little collage here with a, I like this farm scene, so I saved it from, it was a cutoff from a music page, vintage music page. And I just liked that, so I saved it, made a little collage with a wax seal there. And so we're at the back of the book, or the back of the journal, and a couple of, this is a flash card, and this is one of my crooked little vintage playing cards, and I put all like hearts playing cards whenever I put a playing card in here. So those are in the back pocket. So that is the journal. I think it came out really nice. You can see how it looks from the side and everything. Lots of pages to do stuff with. And it got pretty chunky once I put all the ephemera in there. But before that, I was controlling it. And then, it got a little fat. So the ephemera does make a difference when you put it in there. So this is the ephemera folder that went with this journal. and it's got a little heart paper clip to help keep it closed. This was printed from, I've got this natural string also to help keep it closed. Kind of a little wraparound closure there. And this was printed from Shabby Dabby Doodah's Gosford Green digital kit. So you can see how pretty that is on this side. So this was one page, and then this was another page where it was all these solid, like, you know, collage of flowers. And you can see the green in there, and that's why she calls it Gosford Green, right? A little bit of music in there, some pretty flowers. There's the back. I just love that. So, what do I have in here? Let's see. Again, I'm doing my 2 pockets. You know, that's how I've been making them. One of the love postcards that I've been putting in all of these 3 journals. They are from the, you know, put out by the U.S. Post Office. And they're from 1991, so they've been around for a little while. They are vintage. So even though they look brand new, never used, but I got them at a thrift store. And then a tag that I made. It's with some pieces from the Prevention magazine and a little Tim Holtz flower with some lace up here to decorate. And that can be journaled on or whatever you want to do. Another little Valentine, or 2 more Valentines, and a piece from that Coke little notepad that I got at the antique store just past, well, just a month or so ago, right? It's in my video, one of my recent Thrifted Treasures videos. So let me see if I can get those back in there. They're not as, let me do that over because I want it to be nice when I'm done with it here. There we go, that's better. Okay, so in the bottom pocket, I have a playing card, I got 2 in there. Double heart playing cards. This one's hearts. Oh, this is a blue heart. Isn't that neat? But I guess they all have a heart with the arrow in it. In the middle, and then this is the Jack of Hearts, and this is the Jack of Clubs. So very neat. I don't think I meant to put 2 in there, though. I'll just put that one over there. So I think I put 1 in the book, too. Anyway, a little flash card that's been decorated. This is like a little mini flash card, and it has a little eyelet here with some ribbon. A journaling card from just left from my design team project. Coffee dyed paper on the back, sewn around. And it's a piece from the Shabby Dabby Doodah Lovely Lilacs kit. This front pocket over here, I've got the Teddy Bear Vintage Playing Card 10 of Hearts there. This is one of the little handmade, not by me, by someone, handmade bridge tally cards. This one's upside down too. Now, last one was too. She, or whoever, I say she because I just picture a she doing flowers, but it could have been a he, right? Anyway, she made her little artist drawing here and her little flowers and initialed it right there. But I think she probably meant to put it on this side because then it would have been right side up on the inside here, but it's not. It's upside down, so kind of a rare thing, right? I don't think there's any more out there like that except for the ones I have. So that's pretty awesome. A little tag that I had made with some, this is some like craft cardstock that had some red decoration on it, red hearts. And I just added a pretty red ribbon there. This is one of the little pieces that I'm calling a miniature paper doily. So this is just the paper part. The backing on this one is not there. A couple of them had the backing that came off, but that makes it even easier to glue down on a cluster or, you know, some kind of a layering that you might want to do. So that is in there for that. Let me see if I can get it back in there without wrinkling it. It's kind of delicate, so I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so yeah, those are old. I got those at the antique store. Those little miniature paper doilies. Okay, so there's goodies in this bag, which I'll show you in a second. I'm putting a whole piece of coffee dyed paper in each of these ephemera packs for someone to be able to have, in case you don't have any, to be able to use as whatever you might want to use it for. You can tear it up and put it, or cut it up and put it on those music book pages, or wherever you might want a writing spot, or just, you know, use it for backing, or, you know, there's so many uses for coffee dyed paper, right? I was thinking about doing that today and doing a video, like, how many things can you do with coffee dyed paper? There's so many. I need to make a list. Here's a pink doily that I put in here for someone, and a coffee dyed doily. Extra one to do things with and craft with. Okay, so I think I got everything in those pockets except for this. So this is a heart, this paper bag with a heart on it that I picked up somewhere at a thrift store or whatever. Lots of goodies in here. Let's see. So I've got some tickets in here, some little pieces of fabrics and laces, some like scraps. Here's a piece of lace here. Okay, and then some a bunch of punch outs. I like to use these to decorate journals and things. You know, you can make little clusters and all kinds of stuff with these little. These are bigger flowers, and then I've got some you know, these are small flowers too, and then I've got some even smaller flowers. But these right here, oh, there's a heart in here, little heart punch out. I know it's hard to see, but it is a heart punch out. These are some even smaller flowers that I like to, you know, I like to layer these really. I put the big one and then this one and then one of these in the middle, and it makes a nice little layered flower. And you can fluff them up too and make them kind of 3D if you want. I've done that before. So here's some Mickey Mouse punch outs. Mickey Mouse with his ears, little cute Mickey Mouse punch outs to have fun with. I just put those in there because I just punched them out and I thought they're so cute that I had to put some in here. And yeah, flowers. Let's see. I'm trying to get all the punch outs here. Okay, I think I got them all. Let me put those back in there. Oh, I dropped one on the floor. I'll get it in a second. Okay, and then what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons. All different sizes and colors. A bunch of paper clips here. I've got a teardrop paper clip, an owl paper clip, and some just different colored plastic covered. I like those too. I think they're fun. And you can decorate those with the lace or ribbon like that I put in here, type of thing. So that would be cool and fun. And so that's what's in the goodie bag. And so that you have seen everything except for I'm going to put some charms. I meant to do that before I did the video, but I totally forgot. But I'm going to put some pretty charms. So it'll be 6 charms, 2 in each signature on that middle, in that middle page on each of the strings here. So I'll pick out something pretty like I, you know, try to do, and put those on there. I'll tie them on. And then this will be in my shop by the time this video is published. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this whole series. This is really the end now. I've done videos on all the journals that I had done for this series, and it was a lot of fun. If you have any questions about anything, I will be glad to answer. I didn't show you how I sew in my signatures, but I thought I would show you. I'm doing a traveler's notebook too, so I thought I'd come back and show you on that. It'll just be a little easier to show you with one signature in a traveler's notebook instead of showing you on a book like this. And you know, if you really wanted me to show you on a book like this, I would, but it's just easier not to do it on a video, so I can concentrate and focus and get it straight and, you know, even and everything, so evenly spaced. So thanks for watching. See you next time, and happy crafting.